move is prohibidado.
Prohibidado. I'm doing great, man. I said it in Spanish. How much clearer could I have been? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday night. We are hyped up. We are ready. It only took me and Doug 5 minutes to get the amp juice going. We're just going to pause there real quick. And we're only 4 minutes late because my friend may have copied the same category 3 times and instead of putting in the other 3 that we wrote. So y'all were going to get like 18 of the same questions. But I'm not going to name any names. I know, it's dumb. It's dumb. Things happen. I think he was drunk. That's my theory. That's right, baby. You my boy, Blue. If you haven't figured it out, Doug now has a steering wheel, and we will be shake and bake before the end of the year. Enough said. Talladega wins coming your way. Yeah, I know. It was amazing. It made me so happy. I'm so safe. Watch them wreck, man. But we are here on a beautiful Thursday night. As usual, we have 48 questions for you guys. It ranges anywhere from eccentric dictators to do you know your NASCAR and F1 drivers? All the way down to current events, because Doug's here. And if Doug is here, there are current events. It's the only time you guys get away from it, and sometimes you still don't even get away from it. You will. One week. Is it the second last day? Did we pick a theme? Did you say that? 90s theme. That's what we're doing because Doug and I grew up in the 90s, and that's the only decade that matters that isn't the 80s. Does it sound? Can't hear you at all? Oh, boo. Tim Siffup. Let's see here. You got it? Can we hear Doug? Is Doug loud? We all know I'm always loud. I don't know why he mutes himself, but I get to talk. I love it. No Doug. Ben says no Doug. We had such a cool intro. I am disappointed. Ben, this is all your fault. While Doug sets up to work on his sound, we will be reminded we think might have some new friends here. If we do, rule number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is don't be a dick. Behind Douglas's left shoulder, near his F-bomb, is a beautiful sign that says, don't be a dick. That rule is as plain and simple as we can make it because when you play this game, don't be a dick. Have fun, enjoy yourself, have a good time. But not at the expense of other people. If it comes down to it and your bro was to go, bro, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, that's fair, man. Bro, you're being a dick, then bro, you're being a dick. As me and Doug have put it multiple weeks in a row, this is basically, I'm an asshole. There is a difference. John K gets it. Basically, the idea here is that any creed or religion has the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto yourself, or as I like to say, dick unto others as you would dick unto yourself. I think that makes perfect sense. If you have a problem with it, refer to Rule 2. And all that Rule 2 lets you know is, follow rule number 1. Continue to not be a dick. It's not that hard. You can make fun of us. You can make fun of the questions even, because there are going to be games in here that are going to be tons of fun. Just don't make fun of each other. Just enjoy each other's company and make fun of Doug and I, because we will make fun of you. Doug, can you speak? Can they hear you? Cam, can you hear Doug? Actually, to the counter. Cam! Every time that I yell at Kim.
Yeah.
Well, I know that. What about now?
Can you hear me, Kim?
Okay. Luke, yeah, no, I like to yell, John.
Actually, no, that's on my side.
It's on him.
I
Oh, yeah, I
have the
did well
soundboard
twice.
right now, so yeah.
He controlled the sound. I'm just the talent, John K. I advertise this as trivia night that I participate in, but I am here to entertain. I'm here to be a joyful life partner in crime to my friend over here, and occasionally make people laugh while I drink drinks because I make faces.
I really wish I had like I've got the steering wheel downstairs. They've got Guitar Hero. I need the mixing board for like voice meter, so I can be like, oh, and Lucas goes up and I go down, and then this person goes up, and
Just adjust it constantly.
ooh. He said
Ben.
he said Bing
I know,
Bong.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm working
you go.
on it.
There you go.
It's in the Venom chat.
Fuck your life, Bing Bong.
There we go.
There you go. The soundboard will need adjusting. Eventually, we're working on that as well.
Yep.
So, we have 2 rules down. Doug, hit them with rule number 3.
Rule number 3. You do you, boo-boo. We don't
Ask
care what race, religion, creed, skin color, whatever you are, you're welcome here, as always. We don't care what
can that you drink out of.
We don't, yeah, or your beer can. Fun fact, just to piss people off, I downloaded a skin for my car that is it's the Bud Light car that has a rainbow from taint to tip. And someone called me a fag during racing today, and I had to laugh hysterically because I was like, I specifically downloaded this skin to make people uncomfortable.
And it worked.
And I found them. I was so happy.
And then you proceeded to beat that man at racing, which is what I enjoy.
Beat his ass like a drum.
Oh, the important message that Doug was attempting to say is that, number 1, we will be taking off the 3rd week of this month. That is June 22nd. It's the fourth Thursday. Doug and I will both be... It's the 4th Thursday. I just pulled it up because it's the first one. 4th Thursday of the month, we will be taking off. There will be no trivia. There will be none to be had because I will be away with Kim. Probably closer to Doug than usual. And Doug will be at a show. Randy Feltface, I believe. Yes?
Yes, I will be seeing Randy Feltface on his U.S. tour up in D.C.
And then the second thing to keep in mind is theme this month, which Doug was saying. Theme this month is the 90s. We will be venturing to the decade that Doug and I grew up in because it is the best decade. That is the 2 big announcements we had, as I believe that Doug probably silently shared.
Jay beat us
Doug
to
went,
it.
JK, that's John K. John K, by the way, Doug was rooting for you to win at Wilkesboro after I wrecked.
I was watching that. I was watching that live, and I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And the first yellow hit in what, lap 2, lap 3, whatever it was, and then
lap 9, but that's besides the point.
And then you went green, and then the next thing I heard was like, "Oh, and Luke's going out. Oh no!" And it was like, "Shit."
Yeah, but you had another fan. That's all that matters.
And the next thing I saw was you were leader of the pack, and I'm like, I know it's not reasonable to cheer for the first place after a caution for him to win forever, but I was all for you winning, Jay.
But we haven't got to that segment yet. We just finished our rules. Following our rules section, we have what are you drinking? And my camera's frozen. That is the best celebratory thing I've ever done. My camera quit.
Yeah, you just froze up, and all right.
There it is. We're good. This is the what are you drinking segment. Plain and simple. Doug, what you got to drink tonight?
I will be drinking Virginia Peaches, American wheat ale from Star Hill Brewery. You can't see it because I moved my ring light, but there you go.
Very nice. Yeah, being born, I lived in the 80s for 4 days straight jacket, so I'm an 80s baby. I just grew up in the 90s. I am drinking the Carolina Hurricanes gray can, which I'll try to undress a little bit. There's an apple on it. It's Angry Orchard.
Show your tits.
For the for the night, the Smirnoff Ice is in the locked and loaded Ryan Blaney koozie. And depending on how crazy we get tonight, I still have the rum because rum's good. I brought contingency plans tonight. For some reason, I felt like trivia is going to get crazy tonight. However,
Probably.
we did get derailed at the beginning because Doug wasn't speaking. I was trying to remember. There's a thing that we do, and that's explaining to people how we play the game because people are here.
Yeah. So, top right corner, there's a QR code. If you scan that, actually, oh no, hold on, it's over here because we moved the camera last time. Remember? Yeah. So it's
it's over there.
Yeah, it's over there. There's a QR
They're
code.
not that drunk.
If you scan that, you get to the Triv Now app, or additionally, you can go to
I got you. If you check the Twitch messages, exclamation Triv, that is the link that will let you play it in your browser.
play.trivnow.com/search.
Mama Favreau is amused by John Kerry. He has been accepted by the Bunghole's leader. Yeah, Ben, I said Mama Favreau is the leader. Get wrecked.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to argue with me either.
Ben, you are secondary. Let's be real. No,
I
tertiary.
love you, and you're good.
Tertiary. It's Mama Favreau, Maverick, and then Ben.
There we go.
Yep.
That's how it works. I will argue with you. So yeah, scan that QR code, type your team name in. It's why we. I would vote for Maverick. Okay, fair enough. We have I don't know. No, I'm siding with Mama Favreau. When I defer to Favreau's, I want Mama Favreau's opinion, and then I want to see Ben smile at me. Those are the two things I need in life. Maverick can just exist and be happy because she's Maverick.
I need Kenny's input on this, but
Kenny.
we'll wait for that. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. All right.
So we got
drinks. We got
48
the rules.
questions tonight. We got everything going on. So
Good to go.
what am I missing? We're missing something, and I forget what. Oh,
Who's the team?
this month we will be going. Well, correction. Possibly myself and Ryan will be going to the Manassas Volunteer Fire Department. We'll throw up a link probably later in the month. We're doing trivia for them to promote just volunteer fire department workers. So if you ever want to just, donate or appreciate your volunteer fire department because they don't get paid shit and they put lives on the line, I'm sure they
Facts.
appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Good to go. Ready to
Let's-
rock? Oh,
let's-
wait, hold on. I have something for the crowd. You know what I have for the crowd? He hasn't figured this out yet because he doesn't have a lot of points. Where's it at? Is it down here at the bottom? I have to scroll. Now, that's the host. That would be bad. People will eventually start making us drink. I know that. Redeem! Dehydrate, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock and roll with Kurt Events. You good, Doug?
I am now.
Double!
I didn't put a timer on that one because screw y'all. You try to make us go hard all night.
What do I have for the double dehydrates? All right, it's Current Events, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're there. Hope you're ready to rock and roll. Wait a minute, I am in the crowd. She's right. Anyway, on to current events. Maybe. Oh, wait. You know what we forgot? We played 2 games here. We played 2 games.
Three.
3 games. I'm sorry, we do play 3 games. One of them has already been explained. Every time I yell at my beautiful wife, her name is E when she locks in. When she doesn't lock in, or we need to ask her something, I yell at her. Exclamation Kim will add a count to every time I yell at her. Secondly, we have exclamation grammar. You are a game! Exclamation grammar. Anytime you see something grammar related inside the game that is incorrect, hit exclamation grammar. It will add it to the counts as long as you explain to us what we grammared incorrectly.
So, and what we mean by that is spelling. Like,
Yes, mostly spelling.
there. It's an it's. Spelling in general. We don't care about commas. We don't care about semicolons, shit like that.
We are way too dumb to do complicated grammar. I will tell you that now. Thirdly, free. Exclamation free. If we get to the point where we are a dum-dum, we will probably give an answer away. That is either inebriation or just us, because we do that. If we give you that question for free and you can just type the answer in, click it in, you may put exclamation free. As I recall, we had only given away 1 free answer last month. I will reset the counters other than Kim. Kim is an eternal counter, because who knows how many times I'll yell at her through this stream's life of many years to come, because Doug and I do not believe in life partner divorce.
Yep.
Write it down.
Life partners forever.
Dear God, we went way too long on the explanation. Current events! Let's go. Maybe there will be, at some point, peace in the Middle Eastern part of the Middle East. Anyway, A Jordan royal just married into what other country's royal family? With that being said, we shall go to edit counters. Mama Fafro, to you, amazing, beautiful, and the queen, I believe, is what we decided at one point. She's the new queen. That's how it works. My wife is crying. That's not a good sign.
Missing one.
Edit
though.
counter, Grammar, and that is reset to 0 for the month. We did 23 Grammars last month, and like 10 of them were the apostrophes in Ryan's decades round.
Yep.
I don't want to do current events. Edit counter, free, 0. I hate the news. Don't worry, we have fun news here most of the time. The
Yep.
correct answer here is Saudi Arabia.
I've decided to find a nice balance between like regular current events that everyone will know and the happy current events that are semi self-explanatory, because I went back and looked at last month's current events, and some of them are just like abysmal for like answering. The average was terrible. So like stuff you've heard and stuff that's just funny and uplifting.
There you go.
This-
balanced. I think she's throwing you under the bus.
she is.
Question 2, baby, let's go.
The war in Ukraine is starting to get interesting. Aside from Russia embarrassing itself every other day, a major milestone in the war was hit when what happened?
And guess what? Current events are 8 questions. Although, on the up note, sometimes when we get bored of normal current events, we do Florida Man current events. And you know what? Next week might be a Florida Man current events kind of day.
It might, yeah. We were being lazy as fuck this week,
okay.
so
Oh, we've been grammared already. Did you spell interesting incorrect?
I did.
Interesting. Add
be-
1 to the counts.
to be fair, I did this after
To be
I
fair.
got 3rd place.
He was an excited man. In news from North Wilkesboro, John K. Luke spun on lap 9. In other news, what lap did you give the lead away to lose? At least I was in 20 something. You want to
Yeah.
play this game? We'll play.
22
20 current events. Yes.
22 laps behind, as I remember.
Yeah, it was 22 down by the end of the race. So Flinky is a guy in our racing league who is from Florida, and literally, his life story in Discord is Florida Man. He sent us a picture of like someone driving an alligator in the back of a pickup truck the other day, like legit just Florida Man stuff.
So what Ben does when he sends us videos, like, hey guys, look,
Yes.
I'm gonna shotgun Mountain Dew Ultra or whatever it's called.
Oh God.
No, Ben is Minnesota Man.
Yeah, he is Minnesota
All right,
Man.
well, the answer is Ukraine struck inside Russia's borders.
Next question. I'm here to
So
win.
Russia is saying it isn't fair that Ukraine is striking back.
Wait, what?
Huh.
They
Yeah.
realized they started the war,
Yeah,
right?
no,
And
no,
there are no rules in war.
There's a town inside Russia's border that has been hit by artillery and drone strikes 3 times in the last like week or so, and they're like, it's not fair that they're hitting us. And it's like, okay, even if your people weren't a part of the war, like you at some point after a year of a country this big attacking country this big,
Oh man.
yeah, Russia is open to peace talks as long as they get to keep the ground they've conquered, which is
the thing that they want.
less and less. Honestly, Ukraine should give away Chernobyl. Like, all right, we'll give you 1 piece of land, Chernobyl, and
Was
everything.
that in was that in trivia like 2 weeks ago where they literally got like radiation sickness from being in Chernobyl?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, it was so silly.
Oh, it's great. They pushed through Chernobyl, and then they were complaining that their troops had radiation sickness because they had to push through Chernobyl for the war to get rid of Nazis.
Russia is picked up.
Oh,
Oh God, Ukraine! Oh, he's got something.
Oh no, you think
No.
you think they dumb now? Wait till this next question.
Ukraine again! This time, what piece of media has Ukraine been using to dial in their missile strikes? Oh dear God.
This was the great
Seriously?
100%.
USA. Okay. I would just like to say that my Smirnoff is red, white, and berry. America, baby. Even in our alcohol. 6 of 8 locked in.
7
Kim
8.
is not gonna allow us to yell at her tonight. She's gonna be like the third answer all night long. The correct answer here: the Ukraine is using Russia's state television to shoot missiles at them. So they target on the TV stating that something was destroyed at such and such place, and then the Ukraine changes the trajectory and blows it up. That's amazing.
So yeah, so they'll launch an airstrike, miss it because they're launching from miles and miles away and have hand-me-down shit, and then Russia will put on their state television. They tried to sink our boat and it survived. Look here, they missed by 7 feet to the right, and Ukraine's like, and 7 feet to the left.
Just
You hit my battleship. They've literally hit 4 like massively strategic targets from this alone.
Dear Lord. All right, send it.
Trains are just on a roll over this year. What state had a train derail with hazardous materials that closed highways?
In the U.S., we have done our fair share of dumb stuff. I love us, but we do dumb things. And you know what else? Do. That is all.
So when we say current events, I always pick current events that have happened between Friday of last week and today. So I will never pick anything that's on like the Thursday from the trivia before. So you have 6 days of current events to pick from. So in something like this, where a train derailed, we're not talking about East Palestine. We're not talking about the one that happened in Ohio last Tuesday. We're talking about the one that happened in Minnesota 2 days ago.
Dear Lord. 6 blocks from their house on Saturday. Hazardous materials close to the highway. Everybody knew about the one in Ohio. You ain't caught up to the one in Minnesota. Speaking of Trump-era rollbacks, a scam was run under his name. Telling people what? Why did I not hear it? 6 blocks away, just grating metal and crashing.
I'm
So
still...
someone literally memed Trump and put a scam out with something attached to him. JK, you might want to roll that back. Every bunghole in the trivia is a Minnesotan. So words will be thrown. Oh, by the way, to the Fafros, Mr. John K is a Michigan fan. So do with that as you will.
Yes, Ohio did have a few this year, but they haven't had one this week.
Oh, heartburn. Why? Ah, God. I'm dying. Ugh. I wanted to quote Red Fox and say, Elizabeth, I'm coming home, but I figured Kim would get mad.
Also,
no one I said.
No one pointed out that I misspelled train as trail. So
When they don't notice the grammars, we don't. Check your cell phone. Mama Favreau has thrown it down. The correct answer here was Trump currency. They made Trump cryptocurrency, and I love it.
No, it wasn't crypto.
Oh, it just straight currency?
Yeah,
with my God.
With Trump's face on it.
It
was
dear
something
Lord.
it was like $125 million that got scammed out of people. Oh,
That's not Trump, Bubba. Don't worry.
All right. What African country just signed into law the harshest anti-LGBTQ measures to date?
Oh boy. What is President Bush doing?
Dancing.
I
don't know.
That is the widest.
I don't know if it's an SNL skit or not, and that bothers me.
No, it's not, because that's him. That is not an SNL skit. That's a bunch of flags. That is something very diplomatic.
Looks like he's doing the Macarena, just doesn't know the moves to it.
Fritz isn't here. I love it. I haven't even checked. Famous twos. I got it. All right, what's the correct answer?
Correct answer is Uganda.
There you go.
There's a death penalty for being discovered doing gay acts.
Okay. It's that time of year again. What season started today that is going to ruin a lot of people's day, week, month, year in the South? And I assume by that he means the southern United States.
North of the equator,
Hemisphere?
south of the Tropic of Cancer.
I never been a drink 3 beers in quick succession and you've gone to them. That's pretty good.
I better
Bush's
not.
defense, I will stand up for Baby Bush because my father-in-law met him in person, and apparently he is an extremely smart man with very poor communication skills.
I believe that. I had to laugh. Allie's uncle or third cousin, I don't remember what the relationship is. The one who survived Auschwitz.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
He really liked Trump because he met him once, and he was a really cool
Right.
guy back in like 1994. And I was like, oh, so when he was in the movie Home Alone.
I was about to say when he was in Home Alone. That was a different time, and the correct answer here is hurricane. It's hurricane season. Hurricanes.
Last question of current events. What country recently announced it will shoot down any satellites that are put into orbit through its airspace? So anything that launches from the west of Japan is going to get just shot down immediately.
John K for president. Put the famous 2 in the Oval Office. If you don't know currently, this is the wager round. You may wager up to 7 of the points you've earned, unless you haven't earned 7 points. Then you may wager up to whatever the points you have earned, and you may also wager up to no points. So that's big facts. It is sad. I'm still upset about it. But we move on. That was like 2 years ago, play. That's 2022. We got knocked out of that one too. So life goes. The only person in this room who can cheer about a Stanley Cup recently is the man sitting there with the koozie I bought for him somewhere, and that was last year. Oh, it won't let Mama Fafro submit?
And then we
Oh,
got
you're in now.
and then we got eliminated in the first round by an expansion team.
Yeah, the Kraken were legit this year.
Yep.
But yeah, you can also wager no points should you so choose. The correct answer here, oddly enough, and I liked all of your answers, is what, Doug?
Japan.
Expect an equal cheat mode.
Japan is tired of North Korea and Russia's shit. Said that if any of them put stuff through their airspace, they'll shoot it down. This was right after North Korea stated it will put up its first spy satellite into orbit ever, and Japan was like, yeah, no, put that shit through our airspace and we will get rid of it.
I love it. All right, we've made it through current events and we make it into one of my favorite rounds. This is Big 4 Relocation. Let's do a category on the Big 4 sports teams that have relocated, got a new name, or a new city. Before they became the Tennessee Titans, what were these Greek deities known as? So, before they were the Tennessee Titans, what were they? It's multiple choice. I believe in you all. No more current events. John K does not enjoy the current events round. To be fair, the current events round is either really good, really bad, but never just in the middle. And I would argue it's very rarely really bad. I enjoy the current events round. I learn things. My brother, their starter ejected. at this stadium? That's what I need to know. Most everybody got this correct. They were the Tennessee Oilers. And before that, they were the Houston Oilers, right? Houston Oilers.
The Washington
They kept the
Senators
Oilers for like a week.
The Washington Senators took a swing and moved to Texas and became this team.
That's how I feel about the current events rounds. Yeah, they were the Houston Oilers. When they moved to Tennessee, they couldn't decide on a name, kept Oilers while they weren't even in Nashville. Then picked their new name, then moved from that like partial stadium to Nashville. It's an interesting little relocation story. I've read it a while ago. Oh, we got grammared. Oh no, I wrote this.
That's a while ago too.
Okay, that's facts.
To a swing. Yeah, you're right.
Swing.
Took.
Cheers, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should have been.
Oh, my brother-in-law is still salty about that. That man
That's
is
facts.
that man's like 9 months older than I am, and he was like 4 when it happened, but apparently his
Under
dad
cover of darkness. It's
his-
so true.
his dad does not shut up about it. He's got cult stuff all over.
Facts.
And
I can't spell even when I try. Ask Doug.
yeah.
We made this grammar round for me. It was made because I screw up trivia questions constantly.
I will say 90% of the problems that happen are Lucas will text me around and I will stare
True.
down it as I'm typing up the questions,
Barry.
and then we'll screw up inevitably. So I would say it's probably more on me than him.
I borrow something, John K. What's the correct answer?
That's the Texas Rangers.
I was surprised that the Washington Senators became the Texas Rangers, but the things you learn. Anyway, wave bye to the crowd. Speaking of Washington, what were the Wizards called before their last rebrand? Because they do that about as much as another team that I can't bring up because I know it's the final question in this round because I just remembered.
Oh, I need to change.
That's all you have to do when I write something. If you become my friend, you have to learn that you just have to kind of translate what I'm trying to say and then make it up.
I don't know if this is still. I thought you were talking about the Commanders because they changed their name every like 2 years at this point.
No, I wasn't. I was talking about somebody else. Just text better. I ain't got time to text better. I'm in a hurry. Who are we waiting on? Please. Cam! I can't help if you're busy. It's trivia time. You were thinking for 45 seconds? Shout out the commies. The correct answer here is the Bullets. They were the Washington Bullets.
Once the Philadelphia Warriors, what city are the Golden State Warriors now located in?
All right, so do you know why they changed their name away from the Washington Bullets?
Because
As I recall.
because Southeast DC.
Because of gun violence. They literally thought it was bad to have a team named after ammunition in a city where so many shootings happened.
We used to be the number 2 gun violence city in the world, I think.
What is sad is that what Kim doesn't realize is I only yell when she doesn't answer a question. It has nothing to do with the chat or anything else.
Well, the answer is
It's just practicality.
San Francisco. Sorry, San Francisco.
Philadelphia Warriors. I find that one.
Watched
the Warriors.
Big Hero 6 last night. San Francisco was they wanted to be Japan so bad, but they also wanted to be America, so that's what you get.
I like it. I listened. This is once of the newest teams to change names. What is the new name of the Cleveland Indians? Shout out Wilt Chamberlain, big facts. Who were the Warriors before now? I don't remember. I'd have to think about that. Oh, there's a G's. Oh, she OG'd me. But she doesn't pay attention enough to know the games. It's all good. No one's gonna get me. I've escaped. Worst team in the AL Central, big facts. I don't keep track of them, but they had like a run for a little while. Oh, she's gonna come hit me. Abuse, you all see it. If she hits me, it's on camera.
Abuse.
Oh, were they in Oakland? Yeah, I should have known that.
Oh,
Mama Fafro grammared me.
No, Kim
But
did.
Kim also grammared me. And yeah, Mama Fafro has explained the grammar that Kim didn't. Douglas, to you. Did you read this one or did I? I did because I had to try to poorly not correct my grammar. Yeah, she will come beat up me on screen. That's facts. Fun fact, they got sued by the Cleveland roller derby team. Did they seriously? That's amazing. So everyone, this is the Guardians. That's what they are now known as. The Cleveland Guardians. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. our chat is talking about stuff that is super interesting tonight, and it's kind of hard to read the chat and then go back.
Known as one of the most controversial moves in sports history, where did the Baltimore Ravens call home before they made it to Maryland?
There you go, guys. Everyone knew what was coming.
We were talking about the Colts earlier, so who came before them? You spelled
Quick Stigers? Is that what you're talking about, John K?
you spelled Gooks wrong.
Well, seeing as how he's talking about the baseball team, I'm gonna go with probably not, but it's a different side of the country.
My uncle's a
Oh my goodness.
big LSU fan, and I keep saying Gooks to him every time I see him. It's like, no, it's
Detroit. Stop. I knew.
it's go in Creole.
In
It's like,
Louisiana. Nah,
or
I know.
whatever.
Flex,
No.
baby. All day
No.
long.
no, it's if you're saying it phonetically, Gooks, it's go. G-O, go.
Wait, did Hairfreets play? What was Joe Burrow? Big facts. Did you play roll? Like, were you a roll? So I don't think one plays roller derby, which is why I keep getting tripped over this statement. Did you participate in the sport that is roller derby at one point?
Brittany used to, and Jeremy used to ref.
That's true. Brittany did. I forgot about that. Dude,
you?
I don't remember. Was there was a TV show about it, right? At one point?
Mhm.
Oh, man. Oh, have you never seen the TV show about roller derby, John K? Go look it up.
Oh, so
Because
good.
it's really good. They have like teams, and I don't remember, was it laps or did you have to knock the other roller derby people out?
No, it's passing the other. So you start at the front, and it's
To
how
the
many
elbows.
how many people you can pass from the other team. By a certain
To the
point.
knee.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, it's roller derby is thoroughly entertaining. Go look it up.
oh,
It is kind of not. It's worse than. It's way more. No, it's not way more physical than wrestling. It's different. It's just different.
It is brutal as
You know what?
hell, and it's imagine like hockey, where everyone just hip checks each other going in a circle. That's yeah.
All right. What's the answer to the question?
That'd be Cleveland.
Since the
That'd be
70s.
the Cleveland Ravens.
Oh God. Losing the Flames to Calgary, and what would become the Jets to Winnipeg? What city just can't handle the NHL? Hockey is just hip checking nowadays. So I had only ever seen female roller derby. I forgot that dudes roller derby because of the.
They'll straight up hurricane rod somebody though.
That's true. That's right. They were. All right. If you're too drunk to search, if you'll join our Discord, Drink and Think Trivia, and go check the general chat, I bet there'll be a highlight video of roller derby. Cause why not?
It hurts that the people with the bags on their head have Colorado jerseys on.
I know.
Also, I really hate that mountain with the C in it logo. That's so dumb.
I just don't like it, man. You know what they should have done? You know the foot.
Yeah,
They should have just made the foot a giant logo. Make it a Bigfoot jersey and go on with life.
yeah. It
Easy peasy.
Really
It's
is-
not that hard.
yeah. The Avalanche A was good.
It's so good.
When we went from the oh crap, what was the names? The Nordiques, like taking the Nordiques logo and just like morphing it into that was great. And then we're like, oh no, we want they've gone from like stylized lettering to block lettering, and I'm like, no, just like make it the Bigfoots. It's fine.
I'm gonna need a moment because John K just shouted out the Avalanche and then said, "Go Red Wings." Wasn't he the one that was just chastising me about my team getting kicked out of the playoffs?
You know they're not.
Remember the last time that Detroit went to the playoffs? Do you know that Detroit is currently running the Carolina Hurricanes' third string goalie and still losing? But anyway, I digress.
Remember that game we went to?
Shout out the
where we-
Ducks. Flying bee. No, Doug, tell the story. Tell the story. The correct answer is Atlanta. We're gonna read you all a wager question, or we're gonna be here till 8:45 tonight,
Yep.
and then Doug's gonna tell you a story about the Red Wings.
Last one is close to home for me. Tell me, no, it's not. Tell me what NBA team moved to New Orleans and changed their name, only to come back to their hometown under a different name, then finally change their name back to the original team name. But yeah, so back in college, Lucas and I went to a convention called called Escapist Con. Those of you who remember Total Biscuit or Yahtzee, Yahtzee still puts out reviews, but like the Escapist magazine, the Escapist,
they do everything now. They have a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers. They're a really cool video game company.
Yep. So Lucas, me, and Kim went down, had a good time. It was a 2-day convention. We went down for like part of one day because it was like what 2-3 hour drive, something like that. It wasn't far.
2.5, 3, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like Durham was where we're going. And afterwards, we're like, oh, okay, well, it's done for the day. We played some games, we saw a couple panels, had a good time. Lucas got a mouse pad signed by Total Biscuit, rest in peace. And we went to a hockey game at North Carolina State's thing because that's where
Hurricanes play.
Hurricanes play. We were seeing the Hurricanes versus the Red Wings. And the entire, like, we showed up and we're like, we want the student section. We got student ID cards. Like, if you had a college student ID card, we had all of our tech IDs. Like, well, we don't have any. And this lady was like, well, you know what? Actually, pay the amount. We're like, all right.
Yeah, just pay.
We get box seats. Like, really, really good seats for, like, student tickets.
Nothing. I mean, it was dirt cheap.
It was like $15 or something like that. But we were sitting in like the padded, like not plastic, padded leather seats essentially. And there was this little kid in front of us who was like playfully chatting into the next box with these like Red Wings fans. And they were going back and forth the whole game. And it goes to overtime. And we're in like the last 10 seconds of overtime and the Red Wings score. And this kid's like crying. And these dudes are like, yeah, like flipping off this. He's got to be like no older than like 7 or 8, and they're like flipping him off, and they're chucking their shirts. And like both me and Lucas stand up, and Kim immediately just goes, "Nope," and pulls both of us.
Because but in fairness, the mama, yeah.
Oh, she went to
town on those boys.
Oh, he is whatever. What the hell's wrong with blah blah blah? And like. And immediately they were like, "Oh, we're sorry, ma'am." We're like,
yeah,
they were
funny.
putting their place immediately. Like, whatever we could have done physically to them would not have matched up to what this mother did to these
so funny.
these like 3 bro dudes who were just like, that was great.
Yeah. So I gave them the ability to wager 10 there. So good on you guys for utilizing your 10. Doug, hit them with the correct answer.
Answer is the Charlotte Hornets.
So for the people who don't know, the Hornets were sent off to New Orleans because the Hornets were just terrible. And they became the New Orleans Hornets. And during that time, of course, North Carolina had to have a basketball team because that's all we do is college basketball. We became the Carolina Bobcats, which no one in North Carolina acknowledged or enjoyed. We hated that team and the name and everything that went along with it. New Orleans changed themselves to the Pelicans. And North Carolina literally came back, renamed ourselves the Hornets, and you can go see Buzz City stuff all over. Brought back the old logo, made a new logo, which I think is cool, even though I don't keep up with the NBA. It was so dumb. But anyway, I digress. Doug goes to the scoreboard. The cliff notes of our story was we went to a hockey game and a Detroit fan yelled at a kid, and me and Doug were going to beat him up, and Kim wouldn't let us. But the mom handled the problem.
Famous 2's 29.65.
Shout out Alonzo Mourning, baby.
Bunghole Almighty 27.02. Freets isn't here 25.609. $1 million Bunghole 18.879. Scraps and T Yorkies 14.165. The Bunghole Redemption 13.472. With 13.263. The Poison Bunghole with 8.124. That is, oof. Why would you have poison bunghole? That's.
We haven't tried to figure out the bunghole's stuff.
No, we haven't.
I know. Straight Jacket just guessed. We haven't guessed on their theme. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, the bungholes always have a theme.
Movies.
I was about to say, but they're all movies, right?
Bunghole Almighty. Bruce Almighty. $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby. Bungholes, explain to John K why there's so much bunghole.
Bunghole
What is the
Redemption?
bunghole redemption? If I got those
Shawshank.
first two,
Shawshank
Ah.
Redemption. I don't know Poison though. The Poison specific. You can go deeper than movie names.
oh really? Bruce Almighty. They all have
Jim Carrey?
Morgan Freeman in them. No, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman I know is in Shawshank, and I know he's in Bruce Almighty, so it's got to be Morgan Freeman movies.
$1 million.
Come on, baby.
$1 Million
Come on.
Baby.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but come
Yeah.
on, tell me it's got to be him.
It's the coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Okay. I've never seen $1 Million Baby, but it's. What is the poison bunghole though? I don't know. We're
But anyway, moving on
specific
then.
actors, plural. So there's multiple. Ooh, interesting. I'm so intrigued always by. Anyway, John K. When I got here, they were just always known as the bungholes. The Fafros can maybe explain it to you, but as far as I know, they've just always had name with bungholes, and it's what they do.
Since way back, they've always been the bungholes. I mean, back when we had 100+ watchers, they were the bungholes.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We started with the name the Cowabungholes and then started playing on different teams, so then we just put bunghole categories we came up with every week. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new person here. You don't have to. That's what someone said last week. You may choose to have a bunghole name, and the Fafros generally will accept you. You should ask permission first, as always. We believe in consent on this channel. However,
Don't touch the bunghole
you may
without
choose to do
consent.
it, or you may choose to not to. Scrappy and T has been here, OG, and they have their own name. Kim has been here, OG, they have their own name. But you may bunghole it up should you choose. To the uninitiated, welcome to the world famous 50-50 round. Your challenge is simple. There are 8 teams. We will give you literally a coin flip question. See my boy gets it. I love it.
Can I borrow your cell phone?
Literally, I literally am going to give you 2 answers. And John K, you are going to ace this round. I hate it for the bungholes and I hate it for everyone, but Kim and John K are going to blow this round out of the water because they are my racing fans. Today, your 50-50 round is literally, is it an F1 driver or is it a NASCAR driver?
Signed NDA. before-
That's your whole thing. Now, the point of the 50-50 round is to answer as quickly as possible because Douglas, what happens if they can beat the 2-minute and I'm guessing 5-second timer?
2-minute and 5-second timer. If you beat it, Lucas and I get punished. And by
Yep.
punished, I mean we have to chug a. Well, mine's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
give.
mine's gonna be a room temperature Coors Light.
I'm giving the crowd options tonight since we have multiple chatters. I have a red, white, and berry, and I also have rum. So the
Well-
choice is up to you guys. We'll put a thing out there as we go, but you need to do this as quick as possible. That is the whole point. Speed. Even if you get the question wrong, you want speed. At the end of the timer, if you guys scored over 50%, so if you were accurate plus speed, we will give you a second back. So you may go 8 seconds over the timer and still win. That's how the game works. It's
But-
plain and simple. It's easy peasy.
But everyone has to get it 50%.
That's 1 for rum and 1 for red, white, and berry.
Oof.
Rum is
Alright.
bad. That's
Alright.
2 for rum? Okay, so I will read the question twice. Doug will start the timer. Rock and roll with it. We want current drivers of F1 or NASCAR. It's straightforward. First up is Lewis Hamilton. I will repeat it again. I am looking for current drivers in NASCAR and F1. Easy peasy, Lewis Hamilton.
An F1 racer or NASCAR racer?
Go here, and Doug will end the question when we see
6,
8,
7.
7, and we await the poison bunghole. No, you can't share. You give away answers in here, it will be bad. This is not a team event.
You
The
can't
poison
assume
bunghole may
anything.
force all in here. Oh, wow. After this round, we will skip poison bunghole from here on out if they're busy. So that's how it works.
All right.
There's
That-
none, Sam.
all right. That's F1. Next one. Chase Elliott. But NASCAR or F1?
Everybody love NASCAR. Everybody love F1. I got 6 of 8. I got 7 of 8. The famous twos are in. I got that as a NASCAR driver. He is the most popular. Lando Norris. What happens if they are both? Currently, none of these are both that I know of.
Lando.
Currently, none of these are both done. Go, 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 go.
F1. Next is Kevin Harvick. NASCAR F1.
I am at 0 of 8. I am at 0 of 8. I am at 1 of 8. I am at 3 of 8. 6, give me 6, give me 6, give me 6, looking 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, looking 8, 7, looking 8, 7, looking 8, 8, done. That's a NASCAR driver. Shoot, I ended that by accident. No, I didn't. George Russell. It was me.
Yep. We got 35 seconds left. That's
Okay,
it. That is.
Go, go, go.
That's F1. Next up, Logan Sargent.
Wait, we got Grammared? I spelled his name right. I looked it up on their website.
That doesn't mean I spelled it right.
This is no time for grammar, John K. We're in the speed round. They're done.
Yeah.
Logan Sargent is an F1 driver. Go, 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 go. Austin Cindric.
10 seconds
I'm
left.
Oh boy, they are blowing through these. 6, 7.
4.
Oh no.
3.
Oh no.
2.
Scraps and Tiny.
1.
Oh no. Scraps and
0.
Tiny. Oh no. Scraps and
1,
Tiny. What happened?
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it.
6.
Oh no.
7.
Oh no.
8. 9.
Oh no. What
we are.
happened?
Oh,
Next into the next one. The last question. Kimi Räikkönen.
It's over, guys. There's no coming back from that. I didn't mean to make this a wager question, but
that's what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 8 of 8 of you are in. Now, since you all mostly got the final question incorrect, I'll let you know. Kimi Räikkönen is an F1 driver, but currently he don't drive F1 cars. If you'll go check, no, technically it is not, John K, because technically they asked you for current drivers. And if you will go check every F1 race up to the current time period, Kimi Räikkönen has not ran a race. But if you'll go check the NASCAR schedule, he's got 8 points. You know why? Because he has ran this year in a NASCAR race.
Lucas, why would I put current in all capital letters?
All right, I'm going to say this. All right. How much time did they end over with?
14 seconds.
PS4 Gamer, which is Scraps and Tiny, had technical difficulties, which they have commented on. I will give them 10 seconds back. How does that sound?
That sounds fine. I will also agree to that because I did not mean to make the last question a wager round, which means you guys had to put wager in. So I will give you 8 seconds to take them off. You can take them off 8, and I'll take them off 2, which comes up to 10. That means you guys get 4. So you have to have answered 4 of 8 questions above 50%. Also, I'm gonna change the 2 correct answers to 1 bonus point, not
and take away their
7
negative points for the.
Yep.
Take away the next. All right. So the last wager question did not matter, ladies and gentlemen. You got it. You got a point if you got it correct, and you are not gonna lose points. Basically, all Doug has said is that he's gonna just set the last question to a non-wager round. That way, you didn't lose or gain an excessive amount of points. Number 1. Number 2. After the round is over, what we go back and do is check and see if 50% got it correct. If 50% did get it correct, we'll give you a second back. With that in mind, you guys had to get at least 50% on 4 questions to get Doug and I back to punishment. We're giving you a shot to get it right because PS4 Gamer had some trouble and Doug shouldn't have had the last question as a wager. That was just a little unlucky. So, as we go back to our questions, which have been asked for the 50-50 round, the first one was Lewis Hamilton. 75% of you got it right, so that gives you a second back. The second one was Chase Elliott. 100% of you knew he was a NASCAR driver. That gives you a second back. 75% of you, why do you want to punish the hosts again? I'll just be honest, like, you could just answer really slowly. You don't have to punish us. It just seems to be a thing. Also, we dehydrate you guys a lot, so some people like equalness. I don't know. 75% got Lando Norris correct, so that's another second back. Kevin Harvick, 100%. So proud of you all. That's a second back. So you guys are now at 0. You have met your punishment requirement.
You get one more.
63% of you got George Russell correct. There's your one more. You're now at -1. You beat the time. Logan Sargent was meant to be a misleading one. He is the worst F1 driver by points currently. He's running 20th in the standings, 38%. 63% of you knew Austin Cindric. Good job. Kimi Räikkönen was the biggest FU of all. I literally wrote this in mind with the fact that I knew Kimi was an F1 driver, but he's only drove in NASCAR this season, which is why we tried to include the current. So I like Logan. Don't get me wrong. I like Logan Sargent fine, but being dead last in F1 is what it is. So you gain 5 seconds back. That puts us in the negative. That means Doug and I get a punishment. As I checked, I never got to, I just assumed he was F1. See, that was the other reason, Straight Jacket. But Kimi Räikkönen was a big F1 driver. So any of my race fans would have known. You go by starts. All I'm saying is he hasn't ran an F1 race this year. He has ran a NASCAR race. And current is current, my friend. But I appreciate your argument.
My favorite day off I've ever had in school history of my 12 public school years of schooling, so from age 5 to age 18, my favorite day off I've ever had was for a F1 race. I lived in Bahrain at the time, and it was the first year that they ever ran F1 in Bahrain.
Oh, that's good.
And the road that they built, there's one road going to the Bahrain F1 track. It is a 2-lane road. There's 1 lane going forward and 1 lane going back. That's it. So they had to close down the entire 13 square mile island to have this race on that day, which is like on a Thursday too. So it ended up getting a 4-day weekend because in Bahrain, Friday and Saturday were days off because the Thursday is the holy day there. So, Friday was the holy day. So you had Friday and Saturday off, and Sunday was the first day of school. But we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday was a holiday. So we ended up having a 4-day weekend because there was the Bahrain International Speedway race, and then we had whatever holiday it was on Sunday. That was the greatest thing ever because there was helicopters going over constantly that were just taking people from the base to the racetrack, because you could pay something like $150 to you and your family taken to the racetrack in like massive
That's amazing.
Carrier helicopters. It was great.
Did it not release my poll to the group? It didn't. Why didn't it release my poll to the group?
Current poll. Red, White, and Berry at the top of the stream chat. Red, White, and Berry, rum, or both. What? No porque los dos.
Porque los dos?
No porque los dos.
All I'd like to say is no one has voted yet. Oh God, someone voted.
Yeah, both. 100%.
Someone voted porque no los dos. I gave them 2 minutes to vote. While you all vote, we'll start the next round because it is halftime.
All right. So with that, here are your scores thus far. In first place, 55.661 is Famous Twos. Freets isn't here at 47.384. Bunghole Almighty with 46.79. E with 38.737. Scraps and T Yorkie is 36.058. Bunghole Redemption 34.5. $1 Million Bunghole 30. Poison Bunghole 26.75.
Go look at the poll.
Oh no.
Someone got excited.
30.
Someone, so I gave them the option to spend 100 channel points to vote additionally, and something tells me John K has no channel points.
Wait, where's the option to vote more?
It's too late. It's already at 31. The poll is over. 2 minutes is done. Oh dear Jeebus.
Oh no.
Oh no. What have I done? I couldn't help myself when I did Porque No Los Dos. I'm sorry. Benjamin contributed 3,000 freaking channel points. Benjamin, what are you doing? What's happening?
Man.
I don't know what to do with all my channel points. All right. Okay. I made a promise and I keep my oath. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category is eccentric. Smoke him if you got him. Benjamin is my new friend. No, Ben is your new friend. Trust me, John K. Ben is the man. He is the man behind the woman who is the queen. The next category is eccentric dictators. We're going to work through this fairly slowly. He is Fafro. Let's do this thing. In 19 and 74, and we will start our punishments after this. Don't worry, we're not skipping. I'm just trying to keep us on time. Spanish artist Salvador Dali made something to give to the Romanian dictator. Nicole, I don't even want to try Ceausescu. While the dictator...
Ceausescu, I think.
Doug did it. While the dictator treasured the gift, most people at the time believed that the artist was trolling the clueless aristocrat. What was the gift?
Oh.
Hold on, get your thing. Get your room temp. Let's do this thing. Yeah, no, trivia is lit, man. I'm telling you. Thursday night's meant for trivia.
I don't like this.
I don't have a glass tonight. You don't like this. You can handle more alcohol than I can. Cheers.
It just tastes awful. Cheers.
And down. Let's do the
Ah.
That was so close. There was just a little left.
Oh.
Where's my handy dandy towel? I keep it around here for a reason.
I don't like that.
Oh god.
I don't like that at all.
I'm only halfway there.
Oh man.
Kim! There's another question.
All right, so the answer is
Go ahead and do the next one.
that's a scepter. I don't even know if that's how you spell scepter. I don't care. From 2005 to 2013, Mohammed Ahmadinejad was president of Iran, but he had a previous passion. He actually earned a PhD in 1997. What was the PhD for?
God, I'm gonna have to make a face.
Oh, it's Mahmoud. It's Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
All right, mic back in place. Shot glass in place. I never clarified how much. I just said both.
I 100% wrote this round.
You did write this round. I remember it. I remember seeing it at the beginning of the week.
Yep.
Good.
Well, and the answer is that civil engineering. It was civil engineering and traffic transportation planning. I remember writing this in.
Okay.
I wrote this like when we first got on to Triv Now, because I remember writing animal husbandry as like, haha, he fucks sheep, and that.
Yeah, am I on 27? Is that the correct question?
I believe so. Yeah.
Kim Jong-un of North Korea is reportedly a heavy drinker. No wonder he's on this chat trivia. Who spends an exorbitant amount of money? How much is he reported to have spent on an annual minimum?
If everything you ever wanted came in a rocket can. Power thirst.
Oh.
God. A lot of people choose to do that.
You put it out there, man. Like.
I am a bitch, John K. I didn't think that the people would be all so maniacal. We literally had someone in the middle of the 50-50 round ask it why we wanted to punish the hosts. And then Big spent 3,000 points. I've waved at Allie already, but I'm gonna wave again. Slower this time. Cause I can't, and she's not even noticing. All right, good times. Good times. I'm still missing an answer. Is it Kim again? It's not. It's $1 Million Bunghole. Woo.
Wave at him. There you go.
Yay, 2 waves. I've reached the pinnacle. Can only be down from here.
I've reached the top of the mountain.
Well, $1 Million Bunghole has decided they don't even want to answer this question. And there's only so much time in the night.
Right.
before I go lay down in the shower and prep for work tomorrow.
These numbers are too small for a yearly alcohol budget.
Yeah, no, that's facts. The correct answer is $30 million.
I assume
Minimum.
I assume he's buying for
Minimum.
other people too. So.
You assume.
Or
I bet he's buying
he's
stupidly expensive stuff.
Oh, well, was it?
Happy Van Winkle.
No, was it Prince Charles? Prince something the 14th is like $14,000 a bottle. It's a champagne. It's a French champagne. That's $14,000 a bottle. So I mean, if he's only getting that, then yeah, it'd be really easy to hit that really quick.
You can spend 15 grand on a Happy Van Winkle bottle, so.
Joseph
Anyway.
Stalin was actually born Ioseb Vissarionis the Jugus whatever. When he moved from his native country, he changed it the cooler sounding Russian name Joseph Stalin, which means steel. What is Stalin's native country?
He would. Pansy.
It's funny because almost every famous dictator is not known for the country that they're associated with.
They're actually born in, because wasn't Hitler born in Austria?
Austria.
Okay.
Napoleon was technically born in Italy because it was an island that was owned by Italy that got sold to the French.
There you go.
But when he was born, he was Italian. Stalin was born in this country instead of Russia. There's a couple others, but most of the infamous dictators were not born in the country that they are known for. I just look over and you're like chipmunking, like, yeah.
It's a burrito, man. What do you want from me?
Answer is Georgia, the country, not the state.
The country, not the state.
He had such a dynamic villain arc. He rooted for him, and then he didn't, and then he rooted for him, and then
That's sick.
Yeah, we grow our dictators homegrown.
Homegrown, baby. Shit, not USA. South Sudan's dictator, Salva Kiir Mayardit, was given. Nope. I'll try again. Was given a gift by the U.S. President George W. Bush in 2006. Kiir loved the gift so much that he actually bought a large collection, so he was never without one. What was the gift? I am so disappointed. Wait, hold on. I hear the death of Stalin. Funny. Okay. Why didn't you put Beanie Babies? Beanie Babies would have been the best answer. Beanie Babies is, in fact, the only answer here. Because George W. Bush giving an African dictator Beanie Babies is my new favorite thing. The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for quick answers, is a Stetson. He gave him a cowboy hat. So the dictator now owns an obsessive amount of cowboy hats.
Idi Amin ruled Uganda with an iron fist from January 1971 before being deposed on April 11th, 1979. In that relatively short time, he did a lot of bizarre things.
Whoa.
One of the funniest was claiming to be the uncrowned king of what nation?
Let me tell you something. Red, white, and berry and rum burped together. It's not great. It's an
Ooh.
interesting flavor palette.
That
You don't know what a Stetson is? That's because you're not from the South, John K. All right, let me. I was literally about to go on to this rant anyway.
Yep.
Stetson is the cowboy hat. However,
Northerner.
Now, let me school y'all Northerners real quick. When you buy a cowboy hat, the state of Texas is represented pretty exclusively by Stetson brand. Stetson is a monster brand. It's basically, what's a northern equivalent? Hershey's chocolate. Hershey's chocolate in the no. I thought that would be a good one. Help me. What is a big northern brand? Like something that you associate with the North exclusively?
Macy's.
We have Macy's now. Yeah, I know. Mama
No,
Fat Bro. Minnesota's southern enough. I know y'all are northern, but you're basically southern.
No, they're
Carhartt.
They're polite
Carhartt
Southerners.
is definitely. That's how I feel about Minnesota for sure. Carhartt, I associate with the South too because.
REI.
Anyway, the point being is that Stetson is like the Texaco brand of cowboy hat. Target. Is Target a northern thing? We have Targets here. We wear Carhartts. I wear all Carhartt stuff. Anyway, the point is that Stetson is Wegmans. Wegmans is a good northern thing. I would say Dunkin' Donuts, but they've spread. Wegmans is a grocery store in the north. Oh,
Wawa.
He's got a better one. Wawa. Wawa is perfect. Pop is also a good one. I love the conversation we're having. It's going well. So Wawa is a gas station that is exclusively to the north. If you go like northeast, Wawa is the stuff. Isn't Maryland mostly?
It's like Northern Virginia is like the most south it gets, and that's where like
Look at Ben.
It's like where
Look at
Sheets and
Ben.
Wawa fight. But
Stetson is literally the Kleenex of it's the Kleenex of cowboy hats. It's the Xerox of copy machines. Stetson is the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And in the South, Dairy Queen's a mixture.
yeah,
I love Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen actually
It was
started
definitely in my childhood.
Georgia, I think.
I was thinking it was a Pennsylvania company because they're taking them away from the South, but that was a guess. Anyway,
Oh no,
point being,
it's an Illinois thing.
is it really?
Joliet.
We have a Target and an REI in Texas. Hair Freak gets it. Stetson is a big thing, and I don't know if it is as much anymore, but Stetson was like the brand of cowboy hat you wanted. My dad owns 2 of them. People I knew that ranched in North Carolina had Stetson cowboy hats. They're adored. They are the nicest cowboy hat. They are very expensive, like stupidly expensive. And but they're really nice. They're really nice cowboy hats.
They make
And now
other
that we've
things.
spent 30 minutes talking about cowboy hats, what's the correct answer to this weird fact?
Scotland.
Yeah, he claimed he was the king of Scotland. Does Stetson? No, I'm pretty sure Stetson only makes cowboy hats.
Make boots too.
I don't think they make boot. Do they make boots?
They
I don't
do.
think they make Stetson boots.
No, they do because there's a massive Colorado like Western themed eatery, like I think medieval times, but for cowboys. In Colorado,
Seriously?
It's specific,
They
but
do make boots. Holy shit! And
That-
jackets.
that whole thing, the entire park, quote unquote, because they're trying to be like the Disneyland of cowboys, is what they try for, is all Stetson based. The jackets, the boots, the hats, everything you buy there is Stetson based. In Colorado, so you're going from a very, very correct. It's a purple state now. So a purple state in Texas used to be very, very red to a blue state.
Colorado's becoming more of a mixture too. I feel like Colorado and Texas are blending.
Yeah, it's I mean, not to get into the politics, but at the time I was like 7, so it was a very hard red state going to a very Colorado's very red back in 1997.
Yeah, I was about to say Colorado definitely was red too.
It's very blue now.
And Chug, because Doug brought up politics.
Yep.
When Doug talks about politics, state colors, Chug. It's the only way we're gonna.
But I remember my dad got so pissed because they bought me a Stetson hat.
Yeah.
It was too small, so I kept like taking it off my head and like scratching it. He's like, a real cowboy doesn't take his hat off. And I'm like, fuck you, Simone.
Screw you, Dad.
You Chicago-based asshole. And looking back, like, fuck you, dude. I was small. That hat sucked.
Dude, that's how I feel. I'll tell you about it. I can pronounce this one. Late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi, 42 to 2011, was about as eccentric as you can get. Which of the following is not one of his noted eccentricities? I've never liked that dynamic of the dad. Oh, there's a Wawa in Vienna, Virginia. We know there's a Wawa in Vienna, Virginia. I've probably been to that one.
There's
But
there's a
Nova?
Wawa in Woodbridge too.
Nova is the north, and Vienna is Nova, I would argue.
I would say the Occoquan River is the delineator of Northern Virginia, but take every connected county attached to it. So like Prince William counts, it's touching Occoquan. Manassas counts. Loudoun counts as all because they're all touching the Occoquan.
Did stay in
He
Loudoun. The correct answer here is he believed you could determine people's loyalty through their poop.
Yep.
And it was also a quirk of Joseph Stalin. Did they like collect their poop then? To see if people were being...
He didn't believe you could. Stalin did.
Stalin did. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Gaddafi didn't think you could. Yet for some reason, he would set up his Bedouin tent in shitty loyalty.
It got me.
So Muammar Gaddafi was known for like staying in motel rooms, but he would set up his Bedouin tent in the motel room. That was like, it was bulletproof, quote unquote. So he would stay in motels. He wouldn't stay on anything other than the first floor because he assumed if he got blown up, if he fell more than a floor, then he would die or whatever. And all of his bodyguards were female because he could like have sex with them. So
dumb. Final question of the round.
Well, actually, that was his quirk, or his another thing is like he thought that if any of his bodyguards wouldn't have sex with him, they were unloyal. Yeah, that's why he did all female bodyguards.
Final question of the round. It's you.
We know that Adolf Hitler was a vegetarian painter. Read hipster. But near the end of his life, he only ate 2 things. Name one of them.
There are 2 answers here. Name either one of them. I have faith in you all. I wear cowboy boots to church every Sunday. Doug knows my cowboy boots. I think I wore them for my wedding. I don't remember if Kim got mad enough to make me wear dress shoes. I'm pretty sure I wore.
It was your black cowboy boots.
Yep, those are from Texas. Trying to remember what I was going to talk about earlier. Oh, the delineating line.
Yeah.
Nova could be its own state, really. Nova honestly could be like its own state, separate. Tech kids talk about that a lot.
Honestly, you could split Virginia into 4 different states. There's the 81 split. There's the Nova split. There's the Southeast split, and then everything in between.
I would argue for in Nova, Southwest Virginia, which stretches all the way from the Berg all the way through to like Danville.
I would kind of at 64, like the 64-81 interchange, like that.
Yeah, into that fancy area, but then like 757 Tidewater could be its own thing too.
Yeah.
In fairness, I want to see the funny answer.
I would say like Richmond down, like that shunt down for like 8195 through Richmond is like its own place too.
I enjoy Funyuns. The other answer is hilarious. No one got this answer correct. But I do see why John K said cyanide, and I appreciate it.
Look at Maverick in her hat. That's adorable.
Wait, did Maverick send something? Or did they send Maverick in a cowboy hat?
It's Ben in a cowboy hat. It's
Let's go.
Ben with Maverick in a cowboy hat, and then Ben in his little I don't know what the hell that is. Did you throw that thing
Ben's
through the
version
dryer
of a cowboy hat? Ben's version of a cowboy hat is like a cowboy hat that has been shrunk in the dryer for like 2 weeks.
It's like a cowboy hat
tightened and rolled.
It's a cowboy hat trying to be a fedora.
I was gonna say it's a cowboy hat trying to be Jack Sparrow's hat, but I appreciate your comparison better. I love it though.
Or it's a fedora. It's a fedora trying to be a cowboy hat. I can't think.
I like where your brain's at. I see where you're going. Have we angered Ben? Is the only question.
I like.
We're not outing you, dude. Cyanide's a good answer.
Maverick's looking good in both, so fuck Ben.
Damn, I did not say that, Benjamin. I love you. You know that. What's the correct answer here since no one got it?
Potatoes or clear broth, because he was super weird. Paranoid and thought he was also schizophrenic. Super paranoid and thought that he was going to get poisoned. If he didn't drink clear broth or eat just potatoes, he was being poisoned.
Do you want to read in the scoreboard, or do we just want to?
Let's roll on through.
Roll on through. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The words is the 5th and 6th round, and it's nutrition and foods. So we're doing nutrition and food. Are you trying to lose weight? Trying to eat healthier? We're not. Well, if you're so obsessed with food, what kind of field of study would you go into? Someone said, Have you seen Hitler get out of his mind on meth at the Olympics?
Yep.
I haven't, but that totally makes sense. Potatoes took out the Irish. It's funny because in my head I
Well-
went, I don't think Notre Dame lost to the potatoes.
But the lack of potatoes took out the Irish.
Yeah, I think that's the correct answer there. Oh man. He was super high on meth. Of course he
I
was.
believe. I mean, that was also the time of like Coke being filled with cocaine. So
That is true. The 40s were a weird time. Late 30s.
that was the
40s.
30. Yeah, it was yeah.
All of that was a weird
like-
time. Let's be for real.
Pre 1955, just in general, was just all drugs constantly.
Actually, in fairness, pre-like 1970 was all drugs. The correct answer, actually, has there ever been a time that it wasn't all drugs? Because the 80s are cocaine.
90s was.
And we're pretty well
was
known for meth and
smack.
speed and yeah, no, I mean, you know what? Drugs are drugs, and they're bad. Okay,
Yeah, drugs
Yeah,
are
that's
bad.
what the
Okay.
drugs are bad. Okay, correct
And-
answer here is
And from my next impression,
bromatology.
Jesse Owens.
Bromatology is the study of food. Gastrology is the study of the intestines and the gastric system. Ichthyology, which is what we're going to call that, is the study of fish, and pomology is the study of fruit.
Ichthyology.
Stop telling me what to do.
You're not my supervisor.
You're not my supervisor. Next
Or-
question.
One of those famous and most widely spread diet programs, Weight Watchers, was really started as what kind of a group?
Please tell me they were in an AA group. I promise I'm okay.
We are not okay. AA is for quitters.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's all I needed in life was for you to say that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look who's the missing answer. I don't want to yell.
You
You
gotta.
get angry at me.
You gotta.
I have 5 seconds. At 5 seconds, she gets it. We're gonna stay calm. We're
Oh,
gonna
there we go.
stay-
There we go.
See, she got it.
There we go. It was a support group.
John K gave a count when the count doesn't count, so I'm gonna have to fix that one because it didn't yell.
Originally started in the early
Um,
60s, the Weight Watchers founder Gene Nidich held support group meetings in her living room based on discussing healthy eating habits and giving a group to talk to.
Ooh, we got grammared for shaming because shaming is spelled incorrectly. And Mama Faffer is correct. That's 6 to the counts.
That also
Secondly-
that wasn't the one I was worried about. But moving on.
Did we spell diet wrong? No, that's how you spell diet.
This
And
spelled something
weight.
else wrong. Let's just move on.
What's next? Okay, cool. Dieting in the Victoria era used to be so much simpler. You took a pill, and then you could eat almost as much as you want, and you would actually lose weight. That pill, though, was made of what? Get grammared. All right, so
Get Grammard.
at a counter, Kim.
I like
Ooh,
how
let me
I like
pull
how
up.
you spelled get Grammard incorrectly
Would be-
correctly.
Yeah, no, I love it. So the Kim counter is actually only 12.
Oh.
Fixed it. Oh, whoops. Ooh, lordy. Oh, it's her again. What is she doing in there? 5 seconds is the rule, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Kim! You want to answer the question? She's very unhappy with me. And I've corrected the count for no reason.
You spelled it wrong
Anywho.
again. You spelled capitalized wrong again. Anyway, moving on.
The count is now 13 for yelling at Kim all time. The correct answer here is they were tapeworm eggs. The pills were chopped up tapeworm parasites. You take the pills, lose the weight you wanted, then have a doctor put a rod up your butt, pull out the tapeworms. Dear Lord, help us.
Yep. And they would normally not get all of them, so you would have to keep going back to the doctor to pull out the tapeworms because anti-parasitics didn't exist at the time.
So what you're telling me is that this was a scam by the doctors of the Victorian area, or no, sorry, whatever era that was.
They legitimately thought, because you would go back a year later, because it like they would pull out the
Oh wow.
because the tapeworms would.
Victorian, I agree.
You'd have like 2 or 3 tapeworms that would outsurvive the rest because they would eat everything. So you'd have like 2 or 3 large tapeworms in your intestines that they would pull out, which would leave the eggs behind. And then, like a year later, you would go back and they'd pull 2 or 3 large worms out. And then we found antiparasitics, and now they don't do that. So, also the Giardia parasite I've had before, and it does help you lose weight. But back in the day, it didn't, because they didn't know how to. Yeah, it's bad. We don't need to tell that story. But anyway, moving on. Don't drink the water in Blacksburg.
Why?
Don't drink the water in Blacksburg out of the tap. That's all I gotta say.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
That's my normal tap water, you Northern Virginian.
No, Blacksburg.
Oh, it is.
Blacksburg
No, I'm
is
from
on
Appalachia, dog.
No,
Like, my hometown and Appalachia are on the same elevation and, like, get from the same water source.
nope. That was actually a runoff of the New River that Blacksburg gets exclusively that they didn't purify correctly because the CDC called me.
Oh, God. Alright, so, ask the next question, because I do have a fun fact that I did a few years ago.
What fad diet promises a decreased risk of cancer, diabetes, and heart disease, but you have to get back to your ancestral roots to engage in it? Well, it says ancestors' roots, which is also correct. Yeah, it can be filtered out with several easy methods. Do you know what Blacksburg doesn't have? Those methods. Or back in the day they didn't.
I got bored one day. I followed the New River. I've always been connected to tech. The New River literally flows through my hometown. And like one of the tertiary tributaries that break off, and then whatever the break off of a break off is. So like the tertiary of a tributary, we'll do it.
A delta?
You know what we call it? A creek. Anyway.
No, sorry.
We do not say creek where I come from. We call it a creek still.
Yeah, it's not Pennsylvania.
Some mountain folk call them creeks. We don't where I come from. It's a creek. We don't call them creeks. I don't know why. Where I come from, it's always been a creek. But anyway.
It's 2 E's.
You break off of the New River, and one of the creeks is literally a New River breakoff that flows to my hometown and flows through Boone. So Appalachian State and Virginia Tech are connected by a river, because I can words. What's the correct answer for this question?
The paleo diet, or caveman diet.
I have not been this far gone in trivia in a long time. We're doing well. We're getting the drink part of trivia tonight. When going on a diet, I blame John K. What is the range of pounds that is suggested by medical professionals in a month? So, how much are you supposed to lose in a month? Oh, Herr Fried sent me a video of him playing, or a picture of him playing roller derby. Oh, I love it. That's beautiful. I now want to go play roller derby. Doug?
I didn't get
I'm starting a roller derby team. There's a picture directly to me. I got you. I'll share it with you. We're not sharing with the group. Herr Fried send it to just me because he loves me.
Oh.
But I love you, so it gets shared to you too. Discord is an amazing app.
Nice.
Why is it your fault, John K? All right, John K, I'm going to tell you now. Our normal chat consists of about, 20 or 30 messages of Mama Fafro and Ben and Herr Frietz. I don't know. We've been up here lately. Straight Jackets also participated. I'd say our average chat consists of about 40 messages. You have escalated that tonight. You have escalated the chat. Although, in fairness, I blamed you unfairly. It's really Ben's fault. Ben spent 3,000 channel points for no reason. Can I grammar check that you don't mention losing pounds?
That picture honestly looks like
Love Luke.
2 different wrestling moves performed on 3 different people. I don't like. He's got the clothesline.
Okay.
He's got the clothesline, the shoulder, and the trip going on all at the same time, and one of the people is on his own team. Well, the answer is what?
The answer is 4 to 8 pounds. And then I have to respond to our chat once you ask the next question.
Another fad diet that claims massive weight loss. The HCG diet states that if you take this hormone and take in how many calories a day, you'll lose 1 to 2 pounds a day.
Number one, Mama Fafro, I appreciate you. But we did clarify in our question we meant losing pounds. You could have grammared it, and I would have allowed it.
Jesus Christ.
Doug, however, has been missing some of the drinking he's supposed to have been doing. I'm taking up the slack for him. Number two.
Ben
yes, go ahead.
will never have as many points as I do. Because
That's
I have infinite.
Doug has infinite points. Number two. To John K. I blame you because I love you. Do what you do. Number three. Hold on, let's see. Straight Jacket, don't ever shut up. I love it. And to Hair Freets, I love you too. That's all that matters.
We love you all.
Oh, we've covered all that.
We
no,
tell
I
you,
do love you all.
We tell you this
but Hair
all the
Freets said
time.
he loved me too. But John K also tells me he loves me a lot, and I tell him I love everybody. I'm a loving kind of guy. If you can't feel your fingers, stop drinking your Jack and Honey and just enjoy the host drinking. 8 answers are in. I have to pee so badly. Nope, I'm going to pee. Your turn.
I can't feel my face without you. All right. The answer is 500 calories. So I went on this diet once because I was cutting weight, and like the first thing I looked up about HCG was like, oh yeah, it increases your metabolism, blah blah. It's like 99% caffeine. It is essentially like you're trying to take Adderall to like decrease your food intake. And it's the research can't tell if it's the 500 calorie intake that's making you lose weight, or it's the shitload of caffeine that you're intaking that makes you lose weight. At the same time, I was also drinking 2 gallons of water at the time, so I was going to pee every 5 to 10 minutes, so it was great. But anyway, next question. If you suffer from celiac disease, what kind of diet would be important for you to start? Jay, I'm right with you. I will not stop drinking either. I'm with you. Pour one out for your kidneys. Yeah. 2 gallons is a lot. I'm aware. I had several professors ask me, like, hey man, is everything okay? Do you have cancer? I literally had one professor ask me if I had cancer because I was leaving to go to the bathroom so much. And he's like, oh, you know, it's like I had prostate cancer too. They caught it early. Like, you going to the bathroom so much, you might want to get checked out. I'm like, no, literally I'm drinking 2 gallons of water a day. There's a reason I'm going to the bathroom so much. But the answer is, if you have celiac disease, you probably want to have a gluten-free diet. And last but not least, the question for this round. Speaking of all this weight loss stuff, what percentage of Americans are considered medically overweight or obese? Within 5% either way. That butter does not look like he's enjoying himself. Yeah, he's definitely not. My trivia life has. Well, now that you're back, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I'd say that's fair. What question are we on?
40.
40. Got it. Go. The next part. It worked. My true life partner in love has C. Oh dear God, Kim just cut on her thing. I don't know if y'all heard that, but it sounded like Taylor Swift. I don't even know what just happened. So you said celiacs? I'm gonna be honest with you. My grammar, not great. And I looked over and I thought it said has Cialis. And I'm pretty sure Cialis is just like off-brand Viagra. So I was very confused for a minute. The butter does not. Oh, the butter? Wait, is there butter in this? I missed that in another question, I'm sure. See, thank you. Yeah, it's boner medication. We're all here to learn. I show 2 of 8 answers, but I don't think that's correct. I think you're all in here, and they are. The correct answer here is 66. We also accepted 66% in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna go check the answers. I got one correct answer. Bunghole Almighty, congratulations. Bunghole Redemption, nice. Scroll down. Poison Bunghole, nice. And if you're all curious why I'm saying nice, you know what? Figure it out. I have faith in you all. That's it. That's the nutrition and food round, and we move on to the last round of the night. Since Doug has left me, we'll go ahead and hit the scoreboard really quickly, just so we have that here.
But let's do it anyway.
Red, White, Berry hit me hard. No, my dude. You know what hit me hard was that shot of rum. Red, White, and Berry was fine. Lucas taking rum behind it, not so great. Bunghole Almighty, 76.978 points. The Lego Bunghole at 67.431. Famous Twos right there with 67.1, closing in. E at 48.685. A slight drop off there, but they have a chance. It's all about wagers. Bunghole Redemption, 47.5. $1 million Bunghole at 42.8.
You're gonna have to reload because
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it not reading correctly?
It shouldn't. It's not right now.
That's what Twitch is showing me. And in fact, it's what my scoreboard is also showing me. So
reload the scoreboard. There we
I
go.
blame you.
Okay, yeah, no, it's right now. Sorry.
I was correct. Doug is wrong.
You were. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Bunghole Redemption was at 61.55. The Poison Bunghole at 55.6. I wasn't correct. E at 52.69. $1 million Bunghole at 42.84. And Scraps and T at 39.01. Why did I get that wrong from Ben? Let me jump back. I'm pretty sure you didn't have the correct
No,
number.
I put it in. So within 5%, I put it in.
Oh, within 5. Oh, I missed that part. So I was just going based off what the answer said. So if you were within 5, you got the answer correct. Doug has corrected it. That has adjusted the points. You know what? Y'all figure it out when it's all over. Sorry, you got it wrong because Doug didn't tell me the plus or minus 5. I didn't read the question when I got here, so I just gave credit to whoever got it exactly right. But anyway, you know what? We're going to close this up with sounds like an urban legend. Let's have a little fun. When most people think of urban legends, you think of myths, right? However, some things turn out to be true inside of urban legends, and that's your job tonight. Find the truth. We've all heard of alligators in the sewer, but what city actually had news reports of this? Wait, Straight Jacket, you didn't wager any points? Oh my goodness, they exacted that one and bet 0.
That's
Wow. I was like, I didn't even look at the points scored. I just saw the check mark. I was like, damn, they knew that one. Good job. 69. Nice. See, he gets it.
nice.
Yeah, I went through and niced everyone that guessed 69. I think I wrote this round. If I didn't write this round,
It was either you or
no, I
Ryan.
definitely wrote this round. I wrote this round.
Oh no.
So,
Ryan wrote the cryptids round.
yeah, I definitely wrote this one. I remember this one. So this is associated with New York in 1932. The New York Times literally reported a gator coming out of the Bronx River.
For those of you who don't know, where the Bronx River originates is where the sewers come out for New York City. So if you find it in the if you find it in the Bronx River, it's either came from way upstream in the Adirondacks or it's coming out of the sewers. So, and at the time, actually having exotic pets such as a gator was a huge socialite thing to do. So there's no way a saltwater gator, which is what they found, would be in the Bronx River at the time, unless someone flushed it down the toilet because it got too big. And
There you go.
white people,
It's your question.
which I think 99% of our viewing audience is white people. So
Correct.
I think Marvin's the only non-white person who watches.
I don't know for sure. Not that we try to figure out our
No, but
breakdown. But anyway, next question.
But I know the Fat Fros, and they're the majority of our audience. So
I know John K. I know him. So fair enough.
Neil Armstrong gave us a famous line while on the moon. While we can all speculate about the actual moon landing, there was a bit of scripted lines that he screwed up. One small step for man was supposed to be one small step for what?
Yeah, I definitely wrote this round. I remember it now. Very, very white. And what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? I believe it's their nose, isn't it?
It's a triangle nose versus a box nose.
I thought so.
Crocodiles have a square head. If you look at their snout, it's boxed off. It looks like a 90-degree
Yeah.
angle. A crocodile has a more triangle shaped.
Like a point. I thought so. Which is funny to me because that's how
But
I recognize snakes. Poisonous are more diamond pointed shape. And I don't think crocodiles are any more significantly dangerous. It's just one of those things. Also, screaming at Kim is going to be much less eventful. She's sitting right there.
the
Love you.
what's it called?
Lie.
So on poisonous snakes too, I love seeing this on Reddit where it's like the useful guides, and one of them's like, well, on a poisonous snake, if you look at their underbelly, on the back side, it's like parallel lines turn into triangles, but if it's non-poisonous, it's all parallel lines. And someone always comments, if I can pick up the snake to check this
Snake and
out,
turn it over. Why do I care if it's poisonous or not?
Right.
Big facts. I thought that alligators would also sunbathe. I mean, I feel like all reptiles sunbathe, but I
Yeah.
may be wrong, Straight Jacket. I don't know. I am not Steve Urt. I am not one of the other Irwins that's still alive.
Dude, his son is actually the head.
He's doing great, man. Me and Kim see him on TikTok all the time.
Yeah, he's the head. He's the head reptile guy at the Australian Zoo or the Melbourne
It's
Zoo or
not-
whatever.
Bendy's the daughter.
Yeah.
And what's his name? What's baby boy Irwin? Oh, I asked her and she doesn't remember because I asked her. It's one of those. What's the correct answer about Neil Armstrong, by the way?
He was supposed to say one small step for a man.
Robert Irwin.
Yeah. Robert.
Which would also, what's the Bob? They
Yeah.
called him Baby Bob. That's
Yeah.
it. There we go. I got there. I didn't really. So yeah, Armstrong actually, I do Armstrong. Armstrong has confirmed that he said it by mistake. Like he actually came out and said, I misspoke and said one small step for man. But it actually sounds better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Grammatical correctness is crappy. Don't at me. During World War II, testing had to be conducted for nuclear radiation. And I also definitely know that I wrote this round. Stolen deceased children were used under a terrible named program. What was that program called? You know why? Because this led into our war series.
Yep.
I remember. I associated this question with war.
This was our war theme night, which was what, 4 months ago? 4 or
4
5
months ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
If anyone's confused, Doug pulled one of my old rounds. I asked him to use one of my old rounds I'd written. By far, my favorite answer here, which $1 Million Bunghole committed to. Project No Kid Left Behind. That's my favorite fake answer of all time.
I remember you writing this and sending out like, I think you even wrote out like, as much as I go to church, I'm going to hell for this, and you wrote that out. And I was like, yep.
It was bad. It was real bad.
You're
All right, timer's up.
Was it? No,
I'm not gonna
wrote
yell.
This, you wrote this in the group chat because I think Marvin even said your preacher dad's not going to help you now or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Mom Fafro committed to her meme. So Kim locked her answer in. We are currently missing John K, who I may be concerned has passed out by the toilet.
Probably.
Because he's currently Snapchatting me. It's not going well. I don't want to let it roll on him though, because I'm pretty sure he's near the top on the scoreboard. But timers are timers. Or,
I mean, if you're on top, you should be more attentive.
Kim said timers are timers, and she nodded at me. So the correct answer here is this is Project Sunshine. Project Dark Knight obviously was me referencing Batman. Project Kidnapper made sense, but Project Sunshine, man, good grief.
The famous urban legend of a person who watched a family and spied on a house for years got a Netflix show made last year. What was the show called?
This was last year. We don't edit our questions. Deal with it.
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta lean into Batman answers. It's always Project Dark Knight. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that we don't see an answer from the famous twos for the rest of the game. Uh-oh, I got grammared. Watched.
Yep.
Watched. Oh boy, I did do that. Watect, baby, Watect. That's the Wawa at Virginia Tech. That's how I spelled watched.
Wait,
I grammar well.
There's no Wawa at Virginia Tech.
I know, but it does say Watect.
Because I would have had their subs every day for 4 years if that was the case.
Yep, nope. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that the famous twos has retired to his drunken state for the night. What you got?
That'd be the Watcher.
It is the Watcher.
Also, I'm sorry I didn't put a GIF up for that. One. Just it was a blank. Sorry.
I did enjoy the John Cena. I liked it.
Wait, what?
My GIF. It was a John Cena GIF where he's doing this.
No, it wasn't.
We all got a GIF. You didn't. Yeah, we definitely did.
It was blank.
I'm looking at it.
Ladies and gentlemen. There was like a like blue black background.
Ladies and gentlemen, tell the man that John Cena's on there. You can't see him. It doesn't matter. He's right there. He's not John Cena in this picture. That's not him. You can't see my time is now. That is not John Cena. That is whatever his real name is, which is probably also John Cena.
It is John Cena.
We've heard of. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it to 48, Doug.
We got three more. Three more
questions. We have heard of using human skin for terrible purposes. If you haven't, you don't listen to enough true crime podcasts. In 1880, Big Nose George had part of his body used by a doctor to make what item of clothing? Dear God, help us all. Yes, Doug. You can't see my time is now. I hear your meme. I'm not cognitively present enough to get there. I didn't hit submit before I went to message, so please don't mark me cheating. We're not gonna mark you cheating, Mama. We never mark Fafros cheating because Fafros never get y'all never get the cheating thing ever. Like it just doesn't happen.
Every once in a while you do, but it's like not even credible at that point because it's so late and you get it wrong. So
Freaks, you said in the 70s. This looks like you were definitely roller derbying recently. I know you were memeing, but now I'm gonna definitely have to ask you: have you played roller derby in the last 5 years? I just want to know.
You think we can end trivia in the next 7 minutes and 35 seconds?
No, I don't. The correct answer here is shoes. We're going for the record, Doug. 2.5 hours, baby.
No, we'll be right on 2 hours. There have been all kinds of not candy put into Halloween candy, but what drug was laced into candy in Wisconsin in 2017?
I was definitely going for the meme of that we're going to chat for 30 more minutes after we finish these 3 questions. I sent you picture number 2, by the way. That is the Cleveland Guardians in green, by the way. The ones that suit the baseball team. Oh, that is beautiful, man. Roller derby is just a sport I just want more of in my life.
That dude has been hit in the nuts. The dude in the green just...
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what just happened. All right, the famous 2. John K's out for the night. I think he's retired, so send it on. Let's go. What you got?
That'd be meth.
It would be meth. Why wouldn't it be meth? It's always meth in our current era. The penultimate question of the night. What common bathroom item led to us to believe the zombie apocalypse was upon us? I love Neil. That is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm not delusional, right? I'm not like making the same mistake I made the other night. That is definitely Neil deGrasse Tyson. Him saying anything is my favorite thing in the world. I like listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk. He has a great podcast. What is it called? Across the Universe? Is that it?
Something like that.
I think it's something like that. It's definitely something like that. The correct answer here, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't remember, was bath salts. Probably while me and Doug were in college, bath salts became a thing where people would literally try to eat people's faces off. In Florida, usually,
Yep.
while high on bath salts.
Florida.
Florida man. All right, Doug, bring it home.
And last but not least, a small town in Kansas. What public figure turned over a little too much evidence when he returned a sex tape of him and his wife to the local video store?
I remember this question. So Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast is called Star Talk. So close enough. We deal in close enoughs here. Here, Freets, literally, go check Discord. Oh man, this is getting another one of my super reactions for the day. He wanted to make sure you saw that John Cena had a GIF. Link it, baby. Let's go. Oh man, what was y'all's team name here, Freets? Because if you're in black, I'm curious. Because the Cleveland Guardians were green. There's a red team there. What was your team?
The answer
And I want to call them.
was
Oh, final question of the night. What you got?
the sheriff. Everyone else put the mayor, but the sheriff.
It was the sheriff of a small town, which I always find hilarious because he is the law jurisdiction, and he had his own sex tape. Back to the local video store at the time. Anyway, what you got? Read the scoreboard because mine never seems to want to be right.
The scoreboard says, in first place, the Lego Bunghole, 83.513. Second place, Bunghole Almighty, 82.475. Famous Twos dropped because probably too drunk, 70.449. Bunghole Redemption, 68.002. With 62.361. Poison
Nice.
Bunghole, 56.737. Scraps and T Yorkies, 49.007. And Million Dollar Bunghole, 39.204. Bunghole Name Stealers wins.
The Lego bunghole. I agree. Ben has said it, and he has said it well. As you all know, the Discord link is in there. Herr Freets would the win, I believe, if I read that correctly. You know the drill. Shoot me a message in Discord. You get your beautiful, amazing $5 Amazon gift card. Just didn't talk to Kenny before the start. Easy peasy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful night of friendship, kinship, and what's another ship, Doug? Help me. Championship, because someone won.
Battleship.
Battleship. We play Battleship, Doug. E3.
F2.
You sunk my battleship.
Bullshit.
This is some real bullshit right here. Guys, we love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. We're so glad that you choose to spend your Thursday nights with us. It's a 2-hour event lately. I'm glad you're all here for the whole thing. Thank you for the participation in chat. Thank you for all the good times. Thank you for answering some amazing questions that Doug found for us to do tonight. We hope you have a wonderful start into your weekend. We hope that you all are happy, sassy, and full of booze. We love you all. To my beautiful life partner, to send you all into a wonderful weekend.
If no one has told you this week they're proud of you, we're proud of you. We love you. You're amazing people. We think you should go out and conquer the world. We'll back you up 99.9% of the time. Unless you're gonna conquer our house, in which case, like, maybe back off a little bit.
We must protect this house!
Again, like Lewis said, we're so glad that you spend your time with us. We'll be here next week. As always. Well, I shouldn't say as always, except for the 22nd of this month, we will not be here. We'll be here
Pretty much always.
always for you guys. Go on Discord. We'll be here for you. We'll play some games. Well, Lucas and I might play some games. We'll see. But love you all. Proud of you. You're doing amazing things. Keep doing you. Love you. Let your freak flag fly. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.